Good morning, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading, just doing an update on this very downwards looking crypto market. I've had it on Avalanche actually. I'm looking at Bitcoin for now. Just have a quick look at what's happening with Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, look at that. So let's just have a look at what's happening here. So we've got the I've got the 1 hour chart, bottom left 4 hour chart, and then the top right being the daily chart, and then we've got the weekly chart after that. Yeah, this is looking beautiful for the short side anyway. If you're on the long side, it's not looking very good at all. And so just opening this up, have a look at this on the weekly chart. This is what I was looking at the other day, and it's just beautiful for reversals really. It's come down, and then we've got a shooting star from the 9, and then we've opened up and we've got a rocket booster. If we turn this upside down, that will be a rocket booster. So the entry would have been as soon as it. So I started getting interested in shorts as soon as this went from green to red. I was interested, and yes, I was probably late. That was probably more the entry that I should have been looking at. But in any case, I ended up getting out of some of my, I had one or two longs open, and now I've got a couple of shorts open, only small positions, but you know, they are what they are. So, and here, so I got interested in Avalanche actually on the hourly chart, and we can see here that it climbed up, and then it went up to here, and then as soon as it went to here, it collapsed to the 50. And so anyway, I started getting interested at around about $81. And last night it was, quite a positive night heading down to where it was. And look at that on the 4 hour chart, completely demolishing the any sort of support that they had there. And then have a look over here on the daily chart. It's gone up nicely, up, and then that still doesn't look bad at all. Like if you look at that, that's pretty good. I think the only thing was, stochastics being back here would have been good if stochastics were a bit closer, but still, I don't mind that. We've got the main one heading up, we've got the 9 heading up, we've got two nice closes above it. Yep, I'd take this entry again for sure. And then, but have a look at what happened. Not every entry works, and this is a very clear indication of what to do if an entry doesn't work. You need to make sure that you're out of the position and moving on. Here, Avalanche on the weekly chart, let's have a look at that. So it's gone up, we've got a shooting star, and then it's straight away another shooting star. So, up there, straight down to here, there's just another reason on the weekly chart to have a look at that. Let's have a look at the open. That was at 77.40. So 77.40, so it opened up yesterday, traded green, and then that's when it did this. And then when it came back down through, like as soon as I saw these two here, I thought to myself, shorting opportunity. There's something that's not good about these two here. We've got not just one reason to go short, but we've got two reasons to go short. So anyway, as soon as this went up, started going green, I was actually looking for, I was looking for entries yesterday with this one. And anyway, that's where I took advantage. And here we are, we've gone from green to red. Yeah, and away we go. And yeah, so heading down on that one there, looking at this one as well. Yeah, it's all looking very negative. Who knows where this is going? This will go. It's pretty exciting, really. But have a look at this. So I actually got interested in this one here as well. For a different reason. Like I've missed that there, but what I was looking at here was the other day. As soon as I saw this, I thought to myself, I'm going to go short here. And so as soon as that happened that day there, because we're going to engulf in closing below. And so anyway, I thought that these chances that have happened here, we're going to buy above, and then we're going to buy above, which is an entry, and then straight away we're going to close below. So we've got a high, low, lower high, and looking like heading down to a lower low at this stage here. And we're on that borderline of making that now. So we've got an engulfing closing below, and now we've got a rocket booster. Telling us, like if this was turned upside down, that's what that will be. That's on the daily chart. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for a short position there, or for shorts on FIL. And dot was another one. And so I don't know why I just keep on coming to these 3 or 4, and then I just keep on doing the same things. And yeah, it seems to be going all right. But have a look at that for our chart, engulfing, closing below. Up here we've gone up, we've got a hangman, and then bang, engulfing. See you later. It's all over. But as soon as we went up here, we had that closing below, and then we had our second closing above, and straight away it's gone negative. Yeah, so just looking at the entire market, I'm just going to open these pages up. Actually, I'll go to the daily and I'll open these charts up just so we can have a bit of a closer look. Actually, we'll do the daily instead. And looking at this here, so yeah, I'll get rid of all those lines here, straight down, big buyback. So because there's a big buyback here, it's saying like already there's buyers in this market, right? So now it's come back down here. We've got buyers come back in, buyers come into this market again. We've gone up there, rejected, gone up there, rejected quite heavily. How far will this thing go before it actually reaches the bottom and tanks? Who knows? Matic, I'm glad I got out of Matic. I got out of Matic yesterday at 289, I think it was, and so I was pretty happy and pretty lucky to get out of there. Also, not Matic, Mana. Look at Matic. Sorry, I'm just jumping around between charts here and there. But if we have a look here, it's like this went up nicely and got and rejected straight away at $2.96. I think it went to the high was. So where's the high? Up here. There's the high there, $2.95. And then have a look at this. This is, I'm going to get rid of these lines. This is like a rocket booster. It's gone up, tried these moving averages, and then created a rocket booster heading this way. What's that saying? Not very good things. That is looking like, to me, we've got a high, low, lower, high, lower, low. As we can see here, we're going high, low, lower, high, lower, low. But now we don't have a higher high than this one here. So by definition, we are still in a downtrend. The next target really that is going to be tested is somewhere, it's either going to be one of these lows down here somewhere. The 200 might have a go, but I doubt it. I actually think it's going to go further than that, because if we have a look at this here, the big market players in this kind of a situation often tend to either retest the lows or take it lower, because they want to get these things for as cheap as they possibly can. And if it takes them 12 months to do it or 6 months to do it, so be it. That's okay. Let's just have a look here at how far they could possibly go. So I can see that there's definitely support happening around that area there, that big block selling that happened just there. And I can also see, let's just have a look, I'll get my toolbox out. And I can also see down here, we've got this little red candle down here that started the trend off. Now this to me is where big money would usually take it, down to these kind of levels here. Would anyone be expecting that we could see a decline from $2.50 down to around about 80 cents? Absolutely not. And so would anyone have expected that we were going to get a big boom like this to go from 80 cents to $4.80? Definitely not. So can it come down the same way it went up? Yes, it can, for sure. And rocket boosters, through the moving averages, here, look at this. It went through the moving average and then came back above it. Now it's gone through the second time and it's come through with a rocket boost if we turn this upside down. So it's looking reasonably strong for the downside. We have to keep in mind that the market can do anything. But when we see setups like this, when the odds are in our favour, we need to take advantage of those odds. And so this is the sort of thing that I get involved in. Let's have a look at Engine. And I think this is quite a drastic decline. Look at that. What's happening here? So that's $1.39. Look where it's come from. It's come from $4.90 down to $1.39. And that's in, it's not very far away at all, actually. November 25, so December, January, February. So 3 months it's gone from, and this is how I kind of feel sorry for long-term holders. Like, let's say we've gone down here, the first close above all the major moving averages was this one here. So even if you got in late and got in here at $1.80, then you would have ridden this up here and you would have had this up, around about somewhere here. Who knows where you would have been selling? If we go through our rules, we'd probably, know that we would have been selling. Look at that. There's a shooting star coming down straight after that. So let's say $3.70. $3.70. Now we're down at $1.40. And have a look at this, how beautiful it is. It's come up, down, tested the 50, given a shooting star heading down from that 50, or spinning top, and then we come up and we got like nothing sort of a thing there, an attempt but fail. Then we got an engulfing closing below the 9, and then look what happened. An attempt up, an attempt up. This big like rocket booster looking thing here, what this did for me, it went up, so it opened here, traded all the way down, and then came back up flying through. I actually thought there was going to be some pretty good result come from this, and then we've gone up and straight away we've got a hangman and an engulfing sort of thing happening straight after it. Indecision hangman at the major moving averages. It's funny that the 200 actually was pretty strong here on Engine, and then we've come up, gapped up, and failed straight away, big time failure. And so that's obviously not very good. Let's just have a look at where that could possibly go to. We'll have a look on the weekly chart and see what we can come up with. We'll have a look at that. That kind of makes sense straight away. Looking at the next next trend line. So we've got support around about down here, and we've got a few reasons to come down to this level. Actually, it might even be a little bit lower than that. Let's have a look at the. No, I don't think it's that low. So somewhere around here, at this price here, could it come down to here? We're at $1.38 to 80 cents. Absolutely. You got to think of where it's come from. $4.80 down to $1.40. So this can do some drastic things. Would it be unrealistic for it to come down to this level here, the first or the last red before the actual major takeoff? That's 13 cents. That's 10 times decline. $1.30 down to 13 cents. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Definitely. I've seen it before, over and over again. Will it happen this time? Nobody knows. Actually, I just want to explain one more thing that I can see here with this, and I just want to explain it so that you understand it completely, because this to me, I really get excited when I see this stuff here. It comes down and it breaks the 50, and it breaks the 50 with pretty good confidence. We've got an increase in volume, but it's not above average, but stochastics were overbought. But we could turn this upside down, or we could do it from the high side going to the low side. But after we break through the major moving averages and then we pull back and we start getting reversals straight away, like look at this. So we're broken through, and straight away we're going to come back and test to see if there's, if this is a failed breakout. As soon as we come back here and we see reversals, more to the downside, like a hangman, then we see an engulfing rejection off the 50 straight away. Like I'd be interested right here. If I didn't get in there, I'd be looking for the green to red move the very next day. So anyways, trading green, that's fine. As soon as it turns red, bang, I'm in there in a short position. So I'm always looking for this. As soon as it breaks through the major moving average, I want to see a pullback and reversals at that pullback, and I want to be buying or selling this exit from the reversal from the major. That's one of my go-to. That's some good reasons to be buying or getting into the market at that stage. Okay, traders, check this market out. This is why we read the candlesticks. This is why we read the charts, so that we know, the charts will tell us when to be in and when to be out of the market. And at the moment, looking at the weekly chart on Bitcoin, it's saying don't be in this market. We don't know how far this is going to go down, so far it looks like we're going to be revisiting the 29,500 mark, and then we're going to, possibly down to 24.5, possibly down to the 20. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, what's going to happen. But, it's looking quite shady at this stage. Like, check that out. Like, that's still a very full-on candle. There's a lot of sellers in that candle at the moment that haven't turned their mind, haven't changed. They're looking at the downside at this stage. So until we see a reversal of that, who knows? I just draw lines and stuff, and just to see if there's any sort of confluence or something that I can. Another thing that I do find often happens is that when we're drawing a trend line, if we get a really long one and then we've got the second one, usually the second one becomes the stability, the point of the line. I do see that often. So, could Bitcoin come down to here? That's 7,500. Could it do it? Yeah, absolutely. Look at it. It's only 37,000. So, it could do it. We've got to think about times like this. Remember, there was 2 days in this where it dropped 50% in 2 days. So, could it do something drastic down to here? Absolutely it could. Anyway, we don't know what's going to happen, but we do know that when it is under the major moving averages like this and looking like this, given reversals from the top down, we don't want to be buyers in this market. That's for sure. We want to be protecting our accounts at any cost. Okay, traders, I hope you have a good day. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help out. Talk to you again soon. See you.